Hi, hello, and welcome to what might be the most educational waste of dopamine you'll experience today. In this video, we're diving deep into the dark, sticky corners of dopamine consumption, aka all the ways we trick our brains into feeling good while slowly becoming emotionally bankrupt goblins. We're not just going to talk about them, we're going to rank them. Based on what, you ask? Oh, just three very sophisticated, definitely not made up metrics. Coolness. Because if you're going to destroy your brain, you might as well look cool doing it. Deadliness. How close this habit gets you to becoming a cautionary tale. Cost. How expensive it is to ruin your life in style. And yes, this list is completely biased, unscientific, and full of personal judgment. If that offends you, maybe take a long, hard look at your search history. Anyway, let's go see which dopamine disaster deserves the crown. 1. Endless social media scrolling. So, you've been scrolling for hours, huh? You opened your phone to check one message and suddenly it's 2 a.m. You've watched a cat compete in AI-generated swimming Olympics and Peter Griffin explain quantum physics with a whiteboard and a cigarette. This isn't curiosity. This is a full-blown possession. Let's break it down. Coolness, 1 out of 10. Nobody looks cool scrolling TikTok for 6 hours. You're sitting in a dark room, hunched over like a shrimp, thumb twitching like it's trying to escape your body. Your phone is overheating, your brain is melting, and the only thing you've accomplished is memorizing the lyrics to a song you'll hate by next week. Mental damage? Oh, it's gourmet. Attention span? Gone. Focus? Never heard of it. You're training your brain to get bored if a video doesn't scream at you in the first 0.3 seconds. You're also comparing your life to strangers filtered to the bone, wondering why you don't have abs, a yacht, and a $5 million skincare routine by age 22. Meanwhile, you forgot what your own voice sounds like. And the cost? Time. Not just any time, your actual life. Let's do math you'll hate. Average scrolling time, 3 hours a day. That's 1,095 hours a year. 45 whole days, gone, vanished, given to billionaires so they can buy more islands while you rewatch that one guy fall off a treadmill for the 34th time. And for what? You're not getting smarter, you're not getting richer, you're just getting more numb. And the scariest part? You know it. You finish scrolling and feel empty. You feel gross. But 5 minutes later, your finger opens the app like it's possessed. Because it kinda is. You think you're relaxing, but you're just feeding the machine. Every swipe is another vote for distraction over direction. Every hour is you saying, yeah, I'll just waste this day too. But hey, maybe you'll change that. Maybe you'll put the phone down. Go read a page, walk outside, touch some grass, or maybe not. Maybe you'll scroll to the next video, another 30 seconds, another hour, another regret. But one day, you'll look back and realize the scariest horror story wasn't on your screen, it was your screen. 2. Playing videos games. You ever spent 9 hours building a fake house in Minecraft while your real house looks like a war crime? Yeah, me too. Video games are the magical escape where you're a hero, a god, or a 7-foot assassin with zero back pain. Meanwhile, your actual body has been molded into the shape of your gaming chair for the past 6 years. Posture? Never heard of her. Let's break this down. Coolness? Through the roof. Nothing screams alpha like screaming at 12-year-olds over a headset while chugging energy drinks and dodging responsibility. Bonus points if you've ever punched the air after losing in FIFA because your opponent did a sweaty last-minute goal. 9 out of 10 for coolness. 1 point off because your mom still calls it nonsense. Deadliness? Well, it's not like video games will directly kill you. Unless you count the slow erosion of your social skills, vitamin D deficiency, and the soul-crushing existential dread when you realize you just spent 17 hours unlocking a digital sword you'll never use again. But hey, at least you're level 84 and emotionally numb. Let's give it a generous 6 out of 10, mainly for emotional damage. Cost? Laughs and DLCs. You paid $70 for a base game, then $30 for the expansion pack, another $20 for premium skins, $10 more for XP boosts, and $500 for a gaming chair that looks like a Formula One car but gives you scoliosis. And let's not forget the priceless value of your wasted potential. Cost score, 3 out of 10. Because poverty builds character. But let's be real, gaming isn't evil, it's just deceptive. One moment you're just playing one game, next thing you know, it's 4 a.m., you're dehydrated, and the only accomplishment you've unlocked is bladder control level 100. Still, there's something beautiful about gaming. You can be broke, lonely, and emotionally unstable. But in that game, you're a legend, a commander, a warlock, a dude named XX Shadow 69XX who just 360 no-scoped a 9-year-old in Australia. And that, my friends, is what we call escapism. Unhealthy? Probably. But at least you're not stalking your ex's LinkedIn or arguing with strangers on Twitter yet. Anyway, I'd give video games a solid 7 out of 10 overall. They won't kill you fast, but they'll sure make time disappear like your GPA. Play wisely, or don't. You're the main character, remember? 3. Junk food. You ever said, just one fry, and woke up surrounded by 6 empty McDonald's bags like you blacked out in a sodium-fueled ritual? Yeah, that's not hunger. That's dopamine possession, baby. Let's get one thing straight. Junk food isn't food. It's edible dopamine. You're not eating. You're snorting satisfaction through your mouth. And it works fast. One bite of a warm, greasy cheeseburger, and your brain's lighting up like Times Square on New Year's Eve. Meanwhile, your digestive system is filing a restraining order. Coolness? I mean, listen, there's nothing cooler than confidently biting into a triple bacon cheeseburger while pretending your arteries aren't crying. You ever eaten a hot slice of pizza on the sidewalk at 2 a.m.? That's not a meal, that's character development. Coolness, 9 out of 10, minus 1 point if you've ever dipped your fries into a milkshake unironically. Deadliness? Oh yeah. Junk food is like a slow assassin, doesn't kick the door down, just leaves the window open for diabetes, high blood pressure, and existential despair to crawl in while you're watching Netflix. You won't feel it today, or tomorrow, but one day you'll bend over to tie your shoe and hear your knees say, "We warned you." 9 out of 10 for deadliness. It's polite murder, cost, technically cheap, like 5 cheeseburgers for $5, cheap. Which is weird, because kale costs more than a gallon of gas, but deep-fried sadness is practically free. So yeah, price gets a 10 out of 10, but your hospital bill in 20 years might bankrupt your bloodline. But let's go deeper. You're not addicted to burgers, you're addicted to the hit, that dopamine spike that feels like your brain just got a hug, a trophy, and a participation medal all at once, because life is hard, work sucks, your crush ghosted you, and suddenly that bag of flaming hot Cheetos becomes emotional therapy. But guess what? That comfort is rented, and interest is paid in self-hate and heartburn. Final rating? Junk food gets a 7 out of 10 overall. It's the culinary version of texting your ex. Feels good for 3 seconds, then you're bloated, ashamed, and somehow $13 poorer. Eat smart, or don't. Just remember, every nugget is laced with dopamine and denial. 4. Substance use, drugs, alcohol, nicotine. I know, not everyone does this. Not everyone wakes up and thinks, yes, today's pain requires a cocktail of nicotine, vodka, and trauma. But in the grand buffet of dopamine consumption, this section, yeah, it's for the freaky diners, the ones who walk past the salad bar of meditation and straight into the deep-fried chemical source of escapism. Drugs, alcohol, nicotine, a holy trinity for people who looked at their emotions and said, let's not process that, let's vibe it away, because nothing screams mental stability like lighting something on fire and inhaling it for comfort. Let's break it down, dopamine dealer style. Coolness? Depends who you ask. Some people think taking shots of tequila at 2 p.m. makes them look edgy, others just call it what it is, adult juice tantrums. And yeah, maybe smoking still looks cool if you're stuck in a 2003 Calvin Klein ad. But in real life, you're just burning money and lung tissue like it's a sacrifice to the gods of bad decisions. Coolness, 5 out of 10. It peaked with James Dean, and it's been embarrassing ever since. Deadliness? Oh, it delivers. Like fast track to oblivion levels of deadly. This isn't oops, I ate too much chocolate danger. This is congratulations, you've unlocked organ failure kind of danger. 1 minute it's just one hit, next minute you're arguing with a toaster about your life goals. Deadliness, 10 out of 10, because the house always wins. Cost, upfront, Maybe a couple bucks. Long term, your future, your health, your personality, and that one friend who actually cared about you. Nicotine is the subscription model of self-destruction. Drugs are the black market of stolen tomorrows. Alcohol? That one charges you in hangovers, regret, and late night text messages. Cost, 8 out of 10. It's only cheap if your standards are already bankrupt. But let's be honest here. No one's doing this because it's logical. They're doing it because dopamine doesn't care how you get it. It just wants more. And some people will destroy their brain, body, and credit score just to feel numb for 5 minutes. But sure, tell yourself, it's just social, or I'm in control, while your brain turns into emotional soup and your liver files for early retirement. Look, this isn't judgment, it's just awareness. The awareness that if your solution to life's chaos is a chemical escape, maybe the problem isn't life. Maybe it's that no one taught you how to sit in silence without flinching. Anyway, congrats on another hit of dopamine. Just remember, you don't need to snort, sip, or smoke your way into peace. You might just need to pause. 5. Gooning. Oh boy. Where can I start with this one? You're not gonna like this, but if you've ever found yourself 6 tabs deep, headphones on, lotion out, eyes glazed like a donut, congratulations. You're not watching anymore, you're gooning. And no, that's not a typo. That's a lifestyle, a religion, a full-blown ritual for guys whose soul left the building somewhere around round 3. Let's be real. Gooning is not just watching adult content, it's worshipping it. It's edging so long your legs fall asleep and your ancestors start shaking their heads in disappointment. You're not just relaxing, you're trapped in the dopamine hell loop. Your brain is melting and you're sitting there like, yeah, let me just watch one more step-sibling get stuck in the washing machine video before I go live my dreams. Brother, your dreams left. Let's break this down like a failed no-fap streak. Coolness? 0. You're literally hunched over like Gollum in a hoodie, whispering, "My precious," to a phone screen. No one's impressed, not even your cat. Coolness? 0 out of 10. You peaked when you found Wi-Fi. Deadliness? Not physically, sure, but spiritually, you're fried. You're turning your brain into a TikTok feed of naked people and wondering why you can't focus anymore. You're building tolerance to pleasure like a drug addict. You can't even enjoy real touch anymore. Deadliness, 8 out of 10, because it kills drive, focus, and motivation, quietly, cost, free, but also the most expensive thing you'll ever do. You're giving up time, energy, testosterone, and every drop of ambition you had just to feel almost satisfied. You're chasing that 0.3 second dopamine spike and losing 3 hours of your life. Cost, your whole damn future. Let's be honest, nobody talks about this because it's awkward, but you're not dumb. You know it's holding you back. You know your confidence is in the trash. You know every time you relapse, you feel like a potato with Wi-Fi. And look, I'm not here to scream shame like a nun with a ruler. I get it, you're stressed, you're lonely, you need an escape. But come on, man, go hit the gym, go touch grass, lift something heavier than your phone, sweat, struggle, suffer in a way that builds you. Because the truth is, that same energy you waste edging your soul into oblivion, you could have used it to build a life that doesn't need an escape. You want power? Quit draining it out of yourself. You want confidence? Quit simping for pixels. You want to win? Then act like your time and energy actually matter. Nobody's coming to stop you. There's no parental control for your brain. So here's your wake-up call. Close the tab, get up, and go become the version of you that doesn't need a screen to feel alive. Anyway, the point is, maybe stop feeding your brain like it's a hyperactive lab rat with a cocaine button. Touch grass, do a push-up, read a book that doesn't have pictures in it. And hey, if you found any of this mildly entertaining, consider helping me hit that 1,000 subscriber milestone, because unfortunately, dry sarcasm doesn't pay rent yet. And remember, I'm not a doctor, I'm just some guy yelling into a script. But if you consume one less dopamine trap today, I'll personally whisper proud of you into the void. Good night, or morning, or whatever time zone your brain is currently rotting in.